So you've got a dirty car, you're under the roasting sun, what do you do? Hi guys, I'm Nick from DIY Detail. In this video, I want to show you a pro hack. It'll allow you to wash your car with no water spots in the sun using our rinseless wash. Take a look at the difference in these two panels, just a couple of minutes. This is a $3 hack and it involves 3 gallons of distilled water. You want a grit guard in here, you're gonna do 3 gallons of distilled water to avoid water spots, and then you're gonna pour our rinseless wash in. Now the reason we use distilled water, there's so much hard water in Utah and in other areas, if you let it dwell in the panel in direct sunlight, you're gonna get water spots. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take 1 capful per gallon of water. So 3 capfuls of our rinseless wash, super easy to do. The grit guard is going to trap some of that dirt for us. So 1 capful, 2 capfuls, and 3. Very easy. I'll bring out a couple of wash mitts here and show you how I like to do it. Smells like apples. Okay, here's a super crucial part of the rinseless wash process. You're going to want to pre-treat the panel, and that's going to help to encapsulate some of the dirt stuck on your panel. And so it is sort of lifted from the panel, so it makes for a nice lubricated wash process. You don't have to overthink the dilution of this because you just dip it in your rinseless wash bucket. And again, we're gonna pre-treat the panel, 1 panel at a time. Even with the distilled water, what's gonna be the best possible process for you is to truly work 1 panel at a time. So I'll basically get my wash mitt to just barely dripping. And I'll start from the top and I'll work my way down. Now, some people are very OCD. They want to work 1 towel and toss it away. I totally get it. You see how those bug guts are already going? There you go, just work that in. You really want to work in small sections so that you can basically make sure your wash media is going to stay clean. I'm going to dunk that into the grit guard, against the grit guard. The idea is that some of the dirt is going to land at the bottom of the bucket. Now what I like to do is take a separate towel and run it along the bottom of the vehicle and possibly against the front bumper so that on these really dirty areas you're not recontaminating. But you can see the wash mitt, there's not a whole lot of crud on there. We've already run a lot of it off the panel, and then again I'm just going to dip it right here into my bucket with the grit guard and continue on. Now if I'm going 1 panel at a time, sometimes I like to do a drying aid as I go. It sort of depends on what you want to do, but this is a way that I feel like I can get the results I want and move on. Let's say the panel dries on you a little bit. You can always re-wet it. Do a couple, 3 sprays of our ceramic gloss. It's going to give it a nice pop. I've got the lubrication of the rinseless wash here as my final drying aid. I'm just going to do that. And I can touch up some of these areas as I move on. But the idea is I work 1 panel at a time, I get it dry, and then we can do some touch up along this paint. You can see the dramatic difference. Right here is a washed panel, nice little drying aid, and here it's dirty. And so it's safe because of the distilled water, but man, it's quick and fun as well. Now here's a question you might have. What do you do about bug guts? Well, especially if you're in direct sunlight, work in a very small section, but as you can see, I have found a little pocket of shade here. So I'm gonna take the all-purpose cleaner, give it a little bit wider spray, work in a very small area. You know, this is a time when, if you can get away with it, I would grab 1 more rag that you're not typically using for your wash. So I'd let that all-purpose cleaner dwell a little bit, but you don't want it to dry on the paint. And then this is where you utilize your rinseless to neutralize that higher pH and just get most of the all-purpose cleaner off. And so you're still letting your rinseless break down with some of the emulsifiers in there, but you're also doing that safe wash process. So I want to keep this wet because now I've got the distilled water mixed with my rinseless wash, and hopefully I've really let some of that all-purpose cleaner work, bring some of the bug guts off the paint, and now I'll just grab another dedicated towel to wash off the bug guts. I'm just going to dip this towel into my rinseless wash bucket, okay? And I've let the all-purpose cleaner break it down, rinse with the rinseless wash, and you can see how the bug guts are pretty much gone. You can be as nuanced about this as you want. If you'd like to, use 18 different towels, if you've got a brand new Ferrari, that kind of thing. But for me, I'm just trying to get this front bumper. It is, of course, the middle of summer here in Utah. Okay guys, now that I've washed the entire car, except for basically the rocker panel areas, you can either get a fresh towel, a fresh wash mitt, whatever you want to do, or you can just decide I'm going to wash my regular wash mitts very well after this is done. And then you can just take these. We're not going to hit these on upper panels anymore. Again, this is going to be real dirty, but we're just going to handle this the same way we did the rest of the vehicle. Pre-treat, wash with rinseless, and then our ceramic gloss is really already in this towel, so I don't even need to spray this. And basically, I'm gonna do this around the car. Same principle applies for the rim faces. Just pre-treat them a little bit. I've got a rinseless wash soaked towel here. This is gonna be my dedicated wheel rim face towel. Again, this is not the method for a deep clean of wheels, although you can do a pretty nice job. You could try the all-purpose cleaner on this and then flush it down with the rinseless, just like we did with the bug guts. But for this wash, I know my rim faces are not all that nasty, or maybe I just don't care as much about the rim faces today. Every day's different, right? I could just dry the rim faces down, and I don't want to waste any product here, but I do want to give it a little bit of a pop. So I'll just do a couple sprays of ceramic gloss onto my towel, and that way this will be my dedicated rim face drying towel. If I missed any spots, it'll show me where I missed some dirt. A little dirty there, but I'm also giving that rim face a nice pop. And then I'm done.